The cast of STOMP is in Springfield tonight and tomorrow performing live at Hammons Hall.
They're here now to give you a preview of what to expect. Take it away.
Incredible job, you guys. So that is just like a small sneak peek of what they can expect tonight.
Yes.
But just for people that are not familiar with STOMP and maybe how long it's been around or what exactly this is, why don't you explain that a little bit to our viewers?
Sure. I mean, the show's been on for about 30 years now, and it's gone through many iterations, international, and I've been in the show about 10 years. Six. Yeah, 6. And we have people been in the show for 1 year, 20 years, some of us. So
3 months.
yeah, some of us 3 months. But yeah, it's a very dynamic show, and we use everyday objects in extraordinary ways to bring a lot of delight to everyone who comes.
Yeah, I think we should bring attention to the fact that all of these items, you just came in here and found them around the building today.
Yeah.
So I want to ask, do you try to, like, when you're performing a song, do you know what it's supposed to sound like and you're matching it to what it sounds like every time, or is every performance different?
That's a great question. We basically have a framework.
Yeah, it's like a roadmap. A lot of the show, kind of like what you saw today, is we have things that we know are the mile markers as we're going, but what I think makes STOMP so incredibly engaging and also long-running is every show is different. There's a lot of room for us to make things up. There's a lot of things for different cast members to play different roles in the show. It's dissimilar to other Broadway shows where it's everybody has their specific track. We are kind of free to do what we need to do in a lot of those shows.
How did you each figure out that you had a talent for this? Like, do you have a background in percussion or instruments, or how do you figure that out?
I think everyone had a different way of identifying with the show. Whether you're a dancer first and you're a mover, or you're a singer, or you're a comedian and you already know timing, or you're a drummer and you have already that love for music and rhythm. There's a space for every one of those different kind of people in STOMP. So I'm a dancer first, and I came in and I was able to find music in the shapes versus my friends here who are drummers predominantly, and they already know the diddles and the chops, and then they get to really become bigger and become stage presence, you know? So STOMP is everything in the kitchen sink when it comes to types of people.
Literally.
Yeah. This is super, super fascinating. So I know you said that every show is different, but what does like rehearsal or preparation for something like this look like?
Well, yeah, I could say, well, to learn the show, it's about a month and a half, and it's like 9 to 5. You go in and you learn choreography and rhythms, and it's a lot all at once. But specifically for the tour shows, we do have an hour rehearsal before every show, and then we have a 20-minute rehearsal right before we go on stage.
Okay, very interesting. So how long is the actual show like that our viewers will see tonight at Hammons Hall?
It's about an hour and 45.
An
we
hour
try to cap it. No intermission either.
No intermission.
And if
okay.
someone comes tonight and tomorrow, the show's going to be different, right?
Yes.
Totally
Yeah,
different.
for sure, yeah.
Totally different. Even some of the same people might be in it, but they will be
Different cast.
in a different role. So some people that are drumming the whole show might play a more comedic role, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Is there a storyline too, or is it kind of a concert? Is it music the whole time?
No, I would say, you can probably make up your own story because we have zero talking during the show.
Okay.
And so someone sitting next to you might have a completely different interpretation as to the relationships going on and the dynamics going on. So I think that's something very special that everyone has a unique experience going into it.
Yeah, it's interesting hearing how long each of you have been with the show. So with that, why have you stuck with the show so long? Because it seems pretty important to all of you.
Yes.
Yeah, I think for a lot of us, it's beyond the fact that there is nothing else like it. Like I think everybody here has done different shows, different types of performing. It's really like every time we finish doing it, we're like, oh, okay, we'll give the body a rest. And then like 2 weeks later, you're like, I really want to get back on that stage. And I think also the other thing is like we end up being a family. You know, we have this shared experience that's very hard to describe at times and very different than other performance experiences that you have, where it's like we learn the shared language that really there's less people that know this than like any other show in the world. You know, we've been around for such a long time, but there's only so many people that can do what we're doing on that stage. So I think it's one of those things where it's like it's so special and it's so unique that like you kind of chase it through other things, and you're like, I really want to get back up there and do some hands and feet.
Yeah, that's super interesting. All right, you guys, if people want to keep up with what Stomp's doing or follow you guys online or anything like that, where can they go to do that?
I mean, you would probably know Stomp Worldwide.
StompOnline.com, where you can see
yeah.
all things related to ticket sales. There's a European tour that's, I think, Stomp UK, whatever it is in the UK. And it's Stomp Online on Instagram. There's Stomp NYC on Instagram. Just throw Stomp.
And it'll be there.
You'll find it.
Yeah. And for our viewers, if you still want tickets to tonight's performance or tomorrow at Hammons Hall, go to hammonshall.com to see them here locally. Guys, thank you so much. This has been a true pleasure.
Thank you.
Why don't you play us out real quick? Just do a little something.
Oh, here we go. Kind of saying.
Count it in, bud.
1, 2, 3.